The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
November 13th is Civic Election Day, and residents of the City of Regina have the responsibility to choose the candidates who will best serve our community. All eligible voters may vote for mayor, ward councillor, and either public school board trustee or separate school board trustees. To find out if you're an eligible voter, call 306-751-4479 or visit regina.ca/elections. As a public service to our viewers, AccessNow has invited all the officially declared candidates to present a campaign message for airing exclusively on AccessNow TV. The views and opinions expressed in the following campaign messages are those of the candidates. Subdivision 5 is located in West Regina. Its boundaries are the CN rail line on the north, Albert Street on the east, Wascana Creek, Louvain Drive, Regina Avenue, the Regina Airport, Courtney Street, the CPKC rail line, General Road, Pinkey Road, and Dewdney Avenue on the south, and Westview Road on the west. Eligible voters in Subdivision 5 may elect one of the following candidates. Incumbent Sarah Cummings-Truskowski, Lee Harding. Here are the candidates who are able to present their campaign message.
Hi, my name is Sarah Cummings-Truskowski, and I'm running for re-election as your Regina Public School Board trustee. As an artist, an art teacher, and a parent, I take my role very seriously, and I'm committed to public education. I live in Subdivision 5 with my partner Rob and our 3 kids. My youngest goes to École Connaught Community School, our middle child goes to Campbell Collegiate, and our oldest has just moved to Saskatoon to start her degree in education and kinesiology. Before having kids, I was a visual art teacher, and now, as your trustee, I also teach art classes from my home studio. I've also done a lot of volunteering in our communities with the Connaught SEC and the Cathedral Village Arts Festival, and I am very engaged with the 10 schools in my subdivision. To be honest, the last 4 years have not been easy, and we've been thrown many curveballs, from a worldwide pandemic to the notwithstanding clause being used to override human rights. Despite this, our board has done many things to improve the lives and educational experiences of students. In 2022, I wrote a report on poverty in Regina Public Schools. And with this in hand, and knowing that 20% of our students live in poverty, I have consistently advocated for poverty reduction strategies, including a national school food program, which still has not been signed, and free transit for children and youth. Our board has also led initiatives around student engagement, sustainability, land-based learning, reviewing the SRO program, diversity, equity, and inclusion, accessible playgrounds, and much more. I know that there are some huge class sizes in our schools and some big pressures on teachers and staff. We need more professionals in our schools. To hire more staff, we need adequate, increased, sustainable funding and resources from the provincial government. This is something that I speak openly and often about. Right now, the Regina Public Schools per student funding is around $10,000, but it should be at $12,000 per student to deal with the vast needs in our schools. What I promise to you is that I will listen to the community, I will engage, and I will continue to tirelessly advocate with our elected officials and community partners so that they understand the importance of inclusive public education, what our schools need, and how important properly funded schools are to a growing, healthy, diverse community like Regina. Thanks very much, and don't forget to vote.
Hi, I'm Lee Harding, your candidate for Regina Public School Board in Subdivision 5. I am a journalist and public policy researcher and have degrees in both fields. I'm also a married parent of 2 teenage daughters and 2 adult stepsons. A school board directs where tax dollars go. I want as much spending as possible on frontline educators such as teachers and educational assistants. It is crucial that school boards do their part to address issues of classroom size and complexity. It is disrespectful to educators and harmful to students when teachers are overwhelmed by the task before them each day. Recent tests of 16-year-old Saskatchewan students by the Program for International Student Assessment revealed scores in the bottom 3 among Canadian provinces, and a drop since before the pandemic. We need to re-examine our teaching approaches and our instructional materials to see how we could improve students' comprehension and aptitude. It is important that we treat all students well, regardless of their race, gender, or ability. But we must also encourage achievement. This means abandoning the long-held policy of passing children to the next grade who have not earned or learned their way there. This approach discourages learning and a diligent work ethic. It also leaves some children lost in class because they haven't grasped the concepts of previous years. Then, conscientious teachers struggle harder than they should have to bring a child truly up to their grade level. I support parental rights in education. Children belong to their parents, not to educators or the government. Nature gives children their biological sex, and parents give them their names. In young and formative years, I believe it's better to instill identity in children, not invite them to question who they are. Changing names and genders is an adult-level decision best left to that stage of life. Parents should be confident as they send their children to school each day that they will not be indoctrinated with values or beliefs contrary to those taught at home. Schools should be places of learning, not activism. There's a place for such activities in our democratic society, but not by educators on school time co-opting children into their causes. This stance of neutrality also safeguards teachers from pressure to support causes that may be contrary to their perspective. If you live in the neighborhoods of Cathedral, North Central, Rosemont, Mount Royal, McNabb, or Dieppe, please vote for me, Lee Harding. Otherwise, please choose the common sense candidate seeking office in your area. With your vote on November 13th, we can make Regina Public Schools better places to learn.
Election Day is Wednesday, November 13th. Polling stations will be open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. There are 30 polling locations throughout Regina. If you are unable to vote on Election Day, advance polls will be held at various locations in Regina. Mobile polling and special polls will be available to those who are hospitalized, homebound due to disability, or live in a special care home. For more information, call 306-751-4479 or visit regina.ca/elections.
If you'd like to share your feedback on the program you just watched, contact us today